Nicolas Cage, go away.
Quiet, please.
Oh my god.
Need plot attention.
Okay.
Oh my god. Nick Cage is back. Nick
Cage. The Cage is back. The Cage is making another comeback.
Oh my god.
I mean, since we're talking about Cage real quick, like I
my
recently
new movie, The Pig, is just so
No,
phenomenal.
oh my god, no.
I'm the most epic
No,
chef.
not even,
Cage,
dude. No.
Okay, Cage, get back in your cage. I can at least say,
Sorry, go ahead.
welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Turia. I'm as your host, as always.
I like that. You got to do that more often. I like that with the mic so close. That sounded really good. You got to do that more often. Yeah, that was really good. I like that.
Joining me, as always, is our version of Ray Stantz, the beanied one, Gerard Barrera.
Hey, there we are. Hey, that was pretty good.
As he's voguing the way in.
Hey, what's going on, my friggin' nerds? It's been a while. You know, it felt like a while. I missed everyone. And we're finally whole. Hello.
And joining us, as always, is our Egon, the baby-faced one.
Yes.
Theo Waldski.
Yeah. What is up? So since Nick Cage is back, I feel like there's going to be a time where he becomes Bruce Willis, because Bruce Willis has gotten to the point where he needs to stop doing movies. I watched this recent movie called Fortress. No, he needs to stop. So Bruce Willis is coming too.
You know but you know what the main problem is though? I've heard he's finally like pissed everybody off where they're kind of like, no, I don't want to work with him.
Wow.
And actually, he's
finally
been like, it's been out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're taking
some valuable time.
I always have to sidetrack us. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Was sitting there last week with COVID. Hopefully he's better. Our steadying force, our Winston Zedmore, the man with the couch, Lion's Mane, Jason Valerio.
How's it going, guys? How's it going today? Oh my god, Jay. Stop, Jerry. Stop. My god, like give us everybody else some time to do.
I'm sorry. I'm excited. Everyone's here.
No,
bro,
I know.
because you're wearing the shirt. Because you're wearing the shirt, I want you to give us your best Hey Doken. Real quick.
Dukin.
Are you from Canada?
It sounds like he's German and he's about to like put on some lederhosen and get some sausage right now. Like, dude.
Totally agree. That's way better.
Dude, welcome back, Theo. Welcome back. You know, it's been a while.
Yeah, man.
I know. It's been like 3 weeks. It's crazy.
Well, I gotta ask Jerry though before we go on, and Matt, you can chime in, Matt, too, as well. All three.
What's up, yo?
Nicolas Cage, good actor, bad actor?
See, no, you can't ask that. You like there are college. There's a course about this.
Yes, exactly.
And
that's why.
No. Even an episode about this.
He is a true professional, but he's a bad actor.
I disagree. I disagree.
I think he's a bad actor, but true professional.
I think he's one of
the
method
actor. Does everything he needs to do. Does everything he's asked of, but he's just bad.
I think he's one of the rare actors where it depends on the movie.
I'm going to have to agree with Jerry. Depends on the movie. Now,
but overall, you know,
but
that's the thing.
You can't go era.
Yeah, you have to go era.
No, because like Face Off and Snake Eyes was the same era, or 8mm, or whichever it was. They were the same era, and absolutely horrible was 8mm.
I thought 8mm was good. It was dark. It was dark,
but it was bad.
The bees, man, the bees.
No, that was bad. Now that was
Jerry. Look in chat. My wife is saying hello.
Ew.
I was gonna say, she say hello or ew?
So seriously, I loved Gone in 60 Seconds, The Rock, you know, even Con Air, you know, but his latter movies
Raising
that he's
Arizona
been making as of late are not great.
Not true.
See, exactly.
Not true, bro.
Did you watch The Pig?
I watched The Pig. I thought.
Okay, I wasn't gonna give it a chance.
Oh no, dude, no. It was a sleeper. It's a freaking sleeper.
Because I watched Jiu-Jitsu.
Nope, bad. That's a bad one. But another sleeper, dude, God, I forgot what it was called. It was that horror movie that he went and like volunteered to go into this like Chuck E. Cheese looking place that was known to be like haunted or kills people.
So it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, the Willy's Wonderland or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, dude. Good.
All right.
Did not even think like I
mean, you haven't steered me wrong before, so.
Dude, I went into it thinking it was going to be just so ridiculous, but bro, like it was good. I was like, where has Nick Cage been? But then his next movie, so bad. He's wearing this whole suit that's like a bomb, and then he has to save this damsel in this like post-apocalyptic. That's why, dude. It depends on the movie. It depends on the movie.
I mean, I will gladly take another National Treasure with him.
So would I.
All right, that's fair.
Now the
that's
funny
fair.
thing is, we might. Disney's thinking about doing a Disney Plus series, and he's going to be like a mentor for someone.
There's National Treasure 3. The movie is actually in development right now.
Really?
A separate TV show that he's not going to star in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sweet.
That's supposed to, depending on the rumor you hear, is his younger years.
Oh, okay. Sick. Oh, that's cool.
You have to admit, in National Treasure, he was definitely like scaled back on the Nick Cage-ness. In his acting he was there.
Like, no, dude, you need to be a movie star.
My wife has a point.
Yeah, that's so true, though. Yeah, she does.
My wife has a very, very good point. Like Jason asked her, Cage, good actor, bad actor? She says, an actor can still be great, even if the overall movie is trash. Nicolas Cage.
That's true.
Great. Another example is Will Smith.
Great
actor. He's got some terrible movies he's been a part of.
He's got some flops,
true. But he also has some really strong.
But he's got
a lot of really strong.
He's got a lot of really he's also got some classics. He's got some classics under his belt.
Speaking,
real quick,
but
so does Cage.
Let's get so real quick.
That's the thing. It's like that. Yeah, it's a college course, bro.
You got to be his publicist, dude.
I'm gonna jump on the Will Smith thing for a second here. There's a trailer that came out, and it is gonna be called by Peacock rather, for a new series called Bel Air. Will Smith is producing it. They're rebooting Fresh Prince more as a dramedy or a drama rather than what it was.
Yeah, don't be worried because I saw the behind the scenes. No, but actually a year ago, this was actually a short film, and Will Smith got wind of it and saw it, and ended up wanting to meet the crew that like wrote it and shot it, and the star who played the young Will Smith. And that's when he's like, dude, let's do it. Like, you did it right. And they actually started with a clothing line to get the hype up.
For me, here's my thing is that Fresh Prince of Bel Air made a tremendous amount of my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's
it
Uncle
tackled
Phil. Uncle Phil is like
Uncle Phil, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
It tackled a lot of what was going on at that era.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
because when it came on, I wasn't too far behind him in terms of school and everything. So it very much spoke to me. And to take some of everything that they accomplished with that show and kind of turn it into a drama and make Carlton kind of this even more of a ass than he really was in the beginning of the show, and like make it more and more like in some cases about the money and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I think some things just don't touch. Like,
I mean, but if you have the creators, like, go ahead. And not to mention, like the even from the trailer, this is a generational thing. This was made for this generation, and I see a lot of that. Like, I totally get it. That's what I saw too. Carlton was way more of a dick. Like a serious, like, I'm getting vibes like he's gonna screw Will over in the show, like, kind of dick.
See, what I'm worried about it being drama is that it's not gonna come across the same way for the wisdom that was in Fresh Prince, because the way they delivered the lessons learned was so spot on, because it's usually that they play fun for a real quick, and then it's just the flip the switch and like, oh my God, this is so true. This is so real. But if you're just going to be like real the whole time, I feel like it's not going to hit the same way.
And I think for me,
that's what I say. Expect that, because even within the writing, in the trailer and the dialogue, I'm getting that sense of what you're afraid of.
And that's the thing, is like, for me, it was James Avery. James Avery as Uncle Phil delivered all of that in such a poised, caring way. Right, that he was able to speak to everybody that was watching. Right,
he had like the best one-liners.
He was definitely one of the biggest anchors of the show.
And for me, is just because you can remake something doesn't mean you should. Like
Fantastic Four.
No, that needs redemption, bro.
Okay, did you say Fantastic Four?
Yes, Fantastic Four. That doesn't deserve a remake.
So that's a good segue. I mean, as you know, into Marvel. Speaking of that, because there is a rumor.
He straight up declared Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Well, okay, we all agree. Hold on.
Has there been a good Fantastic Four?
No.
The Miles Teller Fantastic Four.
Oh my God.
Again, some really good young actors in it. Trash of a movie.
Yeah.
But speaking of Fantastic Four, it is rumored that Chris Evans might be showing up in Multiverse of Madness as Johnny Storm.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Would he really want to? I thought he despised that.
He's already
you got to think about this, man.
Johnny Storm.
You got to think about it. They're not going to be main characters. Like, these are going to be cameos.
No, but still, I mean, like because we have Loki with opened up the world for multiverse and variants and all that crap.
Spider-Man messed it all up even further. But which I would love to see, that where you just see Doctor Strange go, "Hey, Cap," and then it turns around and Johnny's
what are you
just
talking about?
Flame on and goes. But speaking of variants, and this is the only Marvel topic we'll talk about, Jason.
Thank God. I'm tired.
No, you're not. You can't be tired.
Jesus. I was about to go out and grab myself a beer.
We are going to wind you down, because it's just going to keep going until you give in.
Dude,
it's not going to stop 15, all the time, man.
That's right, bro. Phase 15, I'm just going to be like, you know what, dude? Like, I don't even care anymore.
Phase 15 will be like in our 80s.
I mean, the way that Marvel's going, it might be like
I'll
5
still be
years
going to
now.
midnight showings.
Might be 5 years from now.
Here's gonna be like Jerry with his like oxygen tank and his walker showing up.
Right.
What are you here for? I'm here for the new Marvel movie, man.
He'll be leaving his house at 5 a.m. to make it to the midnight showing.
Yep.
Right? But there is a rumor going around that they have cast Tom Cruise as a variant of Tony Stark for Multiverse of Madness.
That's so that's so funny.
Now, to preface this, though, is to Jerry's point, is that Tom Cruise was offered the role originally of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And he turned it down.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Tom Cruise as Tony Stark.
Right?
I feel like he would deliver the playfulness really well, but I don't think he would necessarily deliver the assholeness out of it as much.
Oh, he can.
Oh, he can.
Okay.
If you see Magnolia or
Collateral Damage,
Tropic Thunder.
No, just go to Collateral Damage. The
Collateral Damage
with Jamie Foxx. Yeah, with Jamie Foxx.
I thought Collateral.
Sorry,
okay, I was gonna say Collateral Damage was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah.
No, Collateral.
Okay.
It's the one with Jamie Foxx where he's like the taxi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Tom Cruise is a hitman.
Or think about Tom Cruise and Jack Reacher.
Yeah. I think he can do it. I just think, for me, I think it would be a whole other different, like, if we saw him at that like end scene of Endgame, I think it would have been a whole different feeling. Downey's got he's got a really good dramatic
I'm siding with Matt's wife here, like RDJ for life for Tony Stark right now.
Yeah.
F Tony. F Tom Cruise.
As much as I like Tom Cruise in a lot of his roles, that's one of those roles I don't want to see anybody else being a variant. You know, I don't want to see Tom Cruise's at.
Yeah, kind of.
It's gonna play on the heartstrings a bit. Better.
Yeah, it kind of ruins the whole end game thing. Like
mystique.
Yeah, the mystique. Like just like let him lie. Like
yeah,
you know, let him go in passing. But
I mean, unless they bring in the daughter and see a variance, it might play into like bringing her story in, maybe. But I think that's a reach.
They
who knows? It's going to be phase 7 of Marvel, you know,
right?
Like
he's like, oh my god, stop talking about Marvel, dude.
As soon as Tom Holland's going to be done with
okay,
Spider-Man,
so let's talk about Jason's future employer as a janitor in Square Enix.
Oh, I thought it was Marvel. Yeah. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
the next Disney Marvel game brought to you by Square Enix.
If Marvel came up to me like, hey, like I'd like to offer you a job, I'd be like, really?
What if Square Enix hired you and put you on a Marvel project? Like, what would you do?
I'd be like, we want to offer you a job. Yes. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, okay. If it says Square Enix, I'd be like, okay, I can bite my tongue. I could, like stick that one out. You
would drop a job offer from Disney or Marvel. Yeah. You're like, ugh, no.
Yeah, so I probably would.
Yoshi,
you're ridiculous.
So Yoshi P put out a message that Jason, full well with Yoshi P that he does not like to do this sort of thing. And
no, he doesn't. He wants to make sure that the players are first.
And he wants to put out a great product that's not going to be all buggy and everything and not polished. So this came out. So say greetings everyone. When we last spoke, promised I would have more information on Final Fantasy 16 sometime later in 2021. Mm-hmm. However, I regret to inform you that I will be unable to keep that promise as complications stemming from the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic have delayed the game's development by almost half a year. Mm-hmm. As the latest addition to the Final Fantasy series being developed for the PlayStation 5, FF16 has amassed a sizable team composed of talented creators from around the world. However, in an effort to offset the effects of COVID-19, we've had to decentralize that workforce by permitting staff to tackle their assignments from home. This has unfortunately hampered communications from the Tokyo office, which in turn has led to delays in, or in extreme cases, cancellations of assets deliveries from our outsourced partners. That said, we have spent much of 2021 addressing this issue and hope to see its impact to a minimum by the new year, allowing us to better focus on the tasks at hand, increasing graphic resource quality, refining combat mechanics, fleshing out individual battles, putting the finishing touches on cutscenes, and conducting overall graphical optimizations. Our primary goal now is to be as hands-on with the game as possible in order to see it fully polished. So that leaves us with the question, when can we expect the next round of information? Well, I'm happy to announce that our current plan is to conduct our next big reveal in spring of 2022 as we seek to build excitement leading up to the game's eventual release. Deeply apologize to all those who have been looking forward to learning more about FF16, and thank you for your continued patience while we focus our combined efforts on development. This is the second time he's had to do this in 6 months. Mm-hmm. We do know that this is the A team, essentially. I mean, when you look at it, they're the Final Fantasy 14 team that's making this game.
Yep.
I am okay with this. Even if this wasn't Final Fantasy 16, if this was, say, God of War Ragnarok, it was Horizon, whatever it is, I am perfectly okay with a game being delayed so we don't have another Cyberpunk.
Right.
Don't get Cyberpunk. This is my take on it. This is my take on this because, I've actually, I haven't really sat down with Yoshi P, but I've seen him obviously at E3. He always goes to E3s. Yep. And he's always literally in the line or he's in the booth at Square Enix for Final Fantasy 14. What he literally goes for and what he loves seeing is the players enjoying the game. That's all he cares for. Whenever he makes little appearances, whenever he makes those the live letters, etc., it's because it's for the players. All the feedback that he gets from them, they actually do go through the forums and they say, oh, you know what, that's a great idea, or hey, we can't do that, it's because of this and that. But they really take into account everything that the player is expecting. So as Jay would probably like throw down, it might be another Final Fantasy VII on how long it would be. Obviously, like they're saying that we'll get something in spring 2022, which is great. But again, it was supposed to come out like.
Well, it was originally going to be. Yeah, it was supposed to come out in 2022. Yeah. I believe it was Q3.
Yeah. At least in defense for Yoshi P and everybody, like, I mean, there's an excuse for everything being pushed back now. With Final Fantasy VII, not as much.
Yeah,
I feel like, but like it's still, and I feel like any of us that have been working remote can relate that it's hard to collaborate remotely.
Oh yeah,
unless you're on the camera with everybody in a Zoom room just all the time, and then like still doing your own thing while working. Like it's definitely difficult because otherwise you really need to do individual stuff all the time.
Well, and I can attest that because for me at work, half my team is over in India.
Yeah.
So we have, I mean, a lot of times we're using just IMs and stuff like that. So could you imagine with the amount of outsourcing that they do, right? Yeah. A lot of those studios are in Korea and in other Korea, places like China, that. So Singapore, so you have all of this, and you've got certain COVID hotspots now, especially with Omicron, that I can absolutely see that. So for me, FF16 does have a lot of pressure on it.
Yes,
because if you take out the success, if you take out FF14, okay, let's take out the success of what Yoshi P's done with that, right? Look at the last couple of Final Fantasy games. 15 did not do great.
13.
Graphically, it was beautiful, but I mean,
good God,
the mechanics were so weird, and I didn't even play it.
13.
Okay, 13. As much as I love the game, I can say it did not come with critical success.
It was a hit or miss.
13, 2, and 3 did not do great at all. Those are two of the ones I did not play those. I just decided that 13 to me was perfect the way it was in its ending, and should have just been left alone. It was much to what I thought about 10 as well. 10 was the last critically good Final Fantasy game.
Dang.
Yeah. And that was PS2. Man. PS2 era.
That's PS2.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah. So when you look at it, 11
had a great
although I liked 11.
A great success, but it was high and low. It was.
Yeah. It was high and low.
It skyrocketed,
it was okay.
And then it just died.
It was like
12, 13. Okay. Yeah. So 16 does have a lot of pressure on it especially since it's got the A team being involved with it. It needs to be good, especially from what we've seen already on it. So for me, I'm fine with the delay. I really am. Yeah. It gives us more time to play God of War Ragnarok and
Horizon.
And on top of it too, I mean, people are saying obviously Final Fantasy 14 is like the MMO to be at right now, but Yoshi P is spearheading 16, so I have no doubt that whatever he is putting out there, I wouldn't doubt another delay.
It's a polished product.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt another delay if it's just like minor tweaks that just need to be polished out completely.
I'm guessing that we're gonna have a remote outside chance we'll see it at holiday. And I'm talking like Christmas, like a December release. If not, I'm guessing it's gonna be Q1.
I mean, with 2 announcements from Yoshi P, I think that's might be a little soon.
No, when I say 2 announcements, right, is because you had Edgewalker got delayed. So he had to do that announcement for that one. And then you're telling the fans for 16, hey, this is getting delayed. That's what I'm saying. Because the second time he's had to delay. Yeah,
but I mean, it's like as a company and like they're trying to even things out. So with the load, I would think that Christmas might be pretty maybe overzealous.
I don't think it's overzealous. I think it might hit the point right
It's a very slim outside chance.
Yeah. I think it's more likely going to be the Q1 because all of the all the hype for Christmas is going to be all the games that Ragnarok, Horizon. Like, I mean, they're already going to be coming out, but you know, they're still going to be those.
And hopefully that's the year that we kind of get everything handled with the whole chip thing, to where we're probably going to see more, if all of that works out, we'll probably see more like bundles or sales for the consoles as well.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about that here in a second, Jerry, about chip war, or what's going on with the chips, especially with PlayStation. But real quick, this is going to go out to, you know, those of the Xbox fans, because we on this show, you know, we still, a lot of us love Halo. But the legacy servers were sunset officially today. So when we talk about legacy, these are the 360 game servers, which I can't believe they've been up and running this whole time to begin with.
Impressive.
But you're looking.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Halo Reach, 4, 3, ODST, Combat Evolved Anniversary, Spartan Assault, and Halo Wars. So when we look at it, this is kind of what they actually took down. So for Halo Reach, it is everything. With Halo 4, you're doing virtually everything. Halo 3, it was matchmaking and file sharing. However, your customizations and your service records are still going to be there. Same with ODST, except the extras. You know, I don't know what was on there for Halo Anniversary, you know, as far as multiplayer or whatever, online. But then, you know, they are still going to keep matchmaking going for Spartan Assault and Halo Wars. But you know what, though, the Halo community did a very fitting tribute right before the servers were taken offline. A lot of them all met in the Blood Gulch map, which has been made famous by Red vs. Blue. And they basically all fire their guns up into the sky. Just all of them,
sweet.
just
That's
emptying
so cool.
off their rounds, kind of like, you know, so
as like a final salute. That's pretty cool.
It's a final salute to the Halo, you know, community out there that have been playing faithfully on 360. You know, I get it. It's you guys kind of just lost a kid in some ways for you guys. That's why I think they've been making such a hard push on Game Pass and stuff like that to make sure that the Master Chief Collection is up and running with newer versions of Reach, ODST, and all of that on there. Is so when these people finally move over, the games are there in their current format. So with that, it also came out this week that Xbox quietly actually discontinued all of their Xbox Ones at the end of 2020 and have been focusing on S and X all of 2021. And the reason we see more S's available now is because Phil Spencer did go on record saying is they can build more S chips in the same chip die space as the Series X. So they're able to produce a lot more chipsets for their systems to make them more readily available.
Which makes sense because, I mean, it is technically a less powerful chipset.
So the one thing I did find out about Xbox, since we talked about it last week that I had upgraded my brother-in-law's system to an S, right, is that if the game has a Series S or X upgrade to it, it forces you to update your game from Xbox One to Series S. And therefore has to be run off the system.
Wait, what?
Oh,
okay,
really?
So,
I don't understand.
Okay, so think about this. Okay, so let's think about it with PS5, right?
They get nappled right now.
In a way, kind of. So think about it with PlayStation 5, right? Death Stranding. Let's use Death Stranding as a perfect example. You own the PS4 copy. Okay. They came out with a PS5 upgrade for $10. With PlayStation, you can choose to continue to run the PS4 version, and you can run that off of an external hard drive or the internal system.
Or upgrade.
Or you can pay the $10,
yeah,
upgrade it to the PS5 version, and then you have to run it off of the internal storage, whether it's the stock one, the stock storage, or you upgraded, you know, to the new to a newer internal SSD, right?
Right.
Whereas the Xbox Series S does not allow you to do that. If there is a upgrade available it forces you to upgrade the copy.
And you can still play the copy on an external, right? Or no?
You cannot.
Nope.
Oh.
Just like a PS5 game, the PS5 has to be run off the internal storage. It cannot go off of an external hard drive.
Huh. Okay.
So all of these games, unfortunately, would see that he had to really micromanage his storage.
Especially if he had like some of it on external on the one.
Yeah.
Almost all of his stuff was external.
Oh, ouch.
So yeah, it was one of those things. He kind of called me down. He was like, "Hey, I don't get this. What's going on?" We looked at it, right? And we did it. We did a couple of series of tests, hate to say it. The IT side took over and it's like, let's test this. Let's uninstall the game, reinstall it. Nope. Forces you to install the new copy on the Series S, and it goes right to internal workings.
Well, luckily he had an S though, but
he's got an S, and that's why it forced him to upgrade some of his games. But because the internal system only has a 500 gig hard drive, he had to offload some games. He had to decide, I don't want to play these games at all.
That's really surprising to me, especially since they're all about backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Why is this falling through?
But it's falling.
I don't think it is, because they always said when you get your S, your game will come with you. They never really, if you really want to split hairs, they never did say you wouldn't be forced to upgrade. They just said when a Series S or X version becomes available, your game will auto come with you through direct delivery.
Right. But I guess that's a loophole, really.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Because because you're shortening your or you're putting some limitations to your backwards compatibility by forcing
Not necessarily.
In a way.
And that's also
at least it's a free upgrade for most of them, I'm sure.
But that's also kind of low key, forcing the consumer to consider like having to buy more storage. So having to buy those
consider going from the S to the speed.
From the 1 to the S, yeah.
I mean, you can get a 500 gig upgrade. One of those little SSDs that plug into the back of the S and the X.
I forget. Does it work on both? Does it work on both? Okay, I wasn't sure. I know they had the proprietary one that they added.
It's a proprietary card, but it works on the S or the X.
And I forget, those are like super expensive too, right?
They're cheap. No, they're cheap. I mean, it's $500 gig for $130.
No, that's expensive.
Well, 1 terabyte is $200.
That's expensive. Like a normal an M2 SSD. Well, that's because of inflation right now. But like back when they came out, an M.2 SSD for 1 terabyte was easily only $100.
Yeah,
but I paid $200 for the ones that we dropped in the PS5s for 1 terabytes. But those have the heat sinks built into them.
Those kind of jump up, but it's still. But that's still with the whole COVID and manufacturing stuff writing it up.
But the heat sink doubles the price because technically you can get the hard drive without it, but you need the heat sink. So it's better if you buy them both as one or whatever. But yeah.
So low key, I was kind of very disappointed in that. To your point, Theo, backwards compatibility has always been a big thing with them. To kind of force that on someone because they got an S. They should really allow you, like PlayStation does, to
plug and play. I mean, like you're like Steven was stuck, probably spending hours trying to figure out like how do I just play my game?
Yeah.
All I did was switch systems, and I just want to play, man.
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, his one did need to be upgraded because it was getting near the end of that use life cycle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But you were only going to be able to get a used one, and how long was a used one going to last?
My ye old PS3. I had the old first edition.
Oof.
Oh man,
dude,
I played that thing until it died on me.
Yeah,
and it also died while I was playing a game, so I had to get my game uninstalled, and we had to open the console to get it out. So funny. Such a great console.
Speaking of PlayStation, so newly acquired studio Firesprite, we were wondering what they were going to do for PlayStation when they brought them on as a first party studio. several months ago.
Oh yeah,
They are taking over Twisted Metal.
Oh,
and they are in production. They're spinning up a new Twisted Metal game.
And
Really? One of those, I feel like
Yes.
that Twisted Metal is one of the
Really?
brands that just needs to. They need to let go.
Let it go.
No, man. There's still a market for it.
I mean, they're making a show out of Twisted Metal.
Look at Rocket League. Like, where did that stem from? That stemmed from Twisted Metal.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there was a time. There was a time when like the pixelation just made it so much better.
Yeah.
And now it's getting too like
I kind of get it. Like
graphically,
if you make it look too pretty, it loses that grittiness, right?
Exactly.
I get that. I do get that.
That being said, though, they're bringing in some pedigree with it, though. So Matt Southern, who is the game director on several MotorStorms.
Okay.
Okay.
And he is the one who originally pitched the idea of Drive Club.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Now, original pitch, we love Rushy, but we all know that Drive Club did launch with some issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until it was done with its life cycle when that thing was almost fully polished.
Mm-hmm.
But he is going to be taking on the game director role for Twisted Metal. So I think bringing in Matt from MotorStorm brings some things that we may end up seeing some of that grittiness right now. Visually speaking, I mean, honestly, we're going to be able to probably see the dents in Sweet Tooth's ice cream truck. Let's be honest. But I think to Jason's point, right, I think part of what made Twisted Metal back in the day was some of that pixelation, some of that just the design on it.
Just the design is just too like, it's kind of like straight raw.
Here's my thing. This could go really well because there's a new generation that has no idea what Twisted Metal is.
Right.
Or fair. It's going to go really badly because there's a whole generation that doesn't know what Twisted Metal is.
Well,
the only ones that's going to buy it are the ones that actually played
it. It can either be successful or not successful. Like, but
which to me, I was never a Twisted Metal fan. Do I know who Sweet Tooth is? Absolutely, because it is Twisted Metal.
Well, he was a main staple for like the promotion of Sony PlayStation.
Yeah. So
I played like almost every single one of those games. I loved it.
So for some people, it's great, but I just, again, like we're kind of talking about with Bel Air, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Right.
I think what they may be looking at is look at the revival of Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
You brought out the game that was tied into the movie and it did extremely well. And then you've got it kind of reviving the franchise a little bit. And here comes Ratchet and Clank, ripped apart.
But
and
again,
it blows
like the art style and everything of Ratchet and Clank looks so similar to how it was like in every iteration.
Correct.
And that's kind of its own franchise. Like that was deemed to come back.
Well, I mean,
Twisted Metal was always, and what was coveted, why it was coveted was that it was always kind of indie. When you got that when Twisted Metal came out, you didn't really know if we were going to get a sequel because the game studio was kind of an indie.
Yeah.
And then
they
kept going with it. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel like that it is I think it kind of falls into the category of it should be redone. For the generation, because I mean, the generation that really plays now is all about destroying each other. So why not Twisted Metal?
I mean, the last Twisted Metal was 2012.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
2012? Wow.
2012. And that was essentially a reboot on the PS3.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It didn't do well.
It was Sweet Tooth, Mr. Grimm, and Dollface.
That was it?
PS3.
It was a 3-story arc. That was it.
Yeah.
And then
that's right.
Prior to that, you had Twisted Metal Head On in 2005, Head On Extra Twisted Edition in 2008. And then before that was Twisted Metal Black in 2001. It's been 20 years.
I think Black was the last like really successful.
Yes.
Yeah. I fairly remember that one, and that one was dark too. Yeah, I missed those games. Those are fun.
Yeah. So I think this is one of those ones that probably, to Jason's point, should probably be just let it go.
Yeah, just I mean, like if you want to make something like Twisted Metal, don't call it Twisted Metal. Honestly,
if you want to revive something,
revive it with something else.
I think revive Resistance more.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like if you want to revive something now, just call it something else a little bit. You can tweak it just a little bit more, but don't use like old retro name to try and revive it and be like, hey, you know what? This is what it is. There are some games that can get away with it, fighting games, driving games. Yeah. But this one is just it doesn't fit either category.
Street Fighter can go years without coming out with a new one, and then all of a sudden you come out with Street Fighter 18 or 19, whatever it is, right? And everybody knows it's Street Fighter.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Now, the gameplay is the same, you know, it just looks different a little.
So Theo, you mentioned that you love Resistance, right?
I love the Resistance franchise.
Insomniac's Twitter account has been posting little screenshots of the enemies from Resistance.
Yes.
They are like, everybody is.
Oh, no way.
Are they? Well,
yes,
we don't know.
please.
Insomniac's working, like, has so many projects going on. Yeah. We do know they've got Wolverine.
Focus on Wolverine
too. But there's rumor that they've been working on another game.
Ooh.
Don't mess with me.
I would definitely be down for another Resistance, as long as they don't follow Resistance 2. If they don't follow the model they did on Resistance 2, I'll be very happy if they revitalize Resistance.
So, we'll see. But speaking of those older games, there was also a patent that was filed by Mark Cerny, who, for those that don't know that name, he is the architect behind the PS4 and the PS3, or PS5 rather. So it is a quick patent that somebody found, but it was backward compatibility through use of spoof clock and fine grain frequency control. And this was submitted on 1/6. So this has long been rumored that he's been working on spoof clocking the system to make it run so it can play the older games.
Okay.
And I think this falls in line with the fact that PlayStation has now told retailers, especially over in the UK, that they need to start removing the PlayStation Now subscription cards from their shelves.
Yeah.
Because the rumor is that there is the new PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus bundle coming where they're merged together, and it's supposed to be able to play PSP 1, 2, and 3. So I think it kind of things are starting to kind of line up from a rumor perspective.
It includes PSP games?
OG PSP.
Was there any good games to release on that?
Oh, yeah. PSP was a great little system.
I mean, like I liked Vita more than PSP. Like those, like the UMD discs from PSP. Like there's nothing good. I don't remember anything good from that system.
I saw the PSP for the first time, right? And it was like, they're running mini discs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I owned a mini disc player.
See, which was funny thing was
I wasn't rich enough for a mini disc player.
Oh, I got it cheap. Well, I worked for Best Buy when I bought mine.
Oh, okay, there you go. You had the hookup.
When Jason and I were working, PSPs were popular.
Yeah.
But we didn't sell a lot of games. Like we sold PSPs because
or sold movies
like crazy.
Dude.
I bought so many movies on the PSP.
Yeah. Every time we were like, "Oh, and do you guys want to look at games?" Like, no.
No.
Do you have any more? Like, do you have any more? Like,
I kid you not when I say like there is probably a few like 256 little memory cards that I have that are just filled up with random stuff. Like, oh yeah, you know what?
Oh, dude, and clearing out those things were just
was awful.
I had to wear gloves sometimes clearing out some of those PSPs. The stuff they kept in it. Oh god, those little high schoolers were disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, though, you had Daxter, you had there was a Ratchet and Clank on there. You had the Kingdom Hearts. You had Birth by Sleep. Yeah, Gran Turismo. I mean,
Patapon. Oh yeah, Loco Roco. Damn, like.
You had,
but all those were just releases on PSP because they were still on PS2 and stuff too, right?
Valkyria Chronicles 2, which that was the only way you could get it.
Okay.
They did not put it out on mainline console. Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions.
Yep.
Was on PSP.
Literally the remake.
I remember having that one.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never had a PSP.
Let's see here. You had Crisis Core.
Oh, that was popular.
Final Fantasy VII.
I remember that.
Yep. So there's a good solid amount,
Yeah.
It's fair.
I mean, nothing where it's like, I need to have a collection.
For the most part, people modded
God
like
of War,
crazy and just emulated it.
Yeah.
For everything.
Ghost of Sparta.
Ghost of Sparta. God of War.
It was actually, that is a separate story.
And
that's canon with the movie, with the other.
That was Radiant Dawn's first game, really working with Sony Santa Monica before they went on to do the Order 1886 later on.
Oh, sweet.
You also had Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. You had Lumens.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, there was a decent amount of games on it.
Yeah.
So with that, then like we were talking about with chip shortage earlier. So Sony, we know there's a shortage of PS5s.
Yep.
As soon as they hit the shelves, they're being bought up, and it's not so much by scalpers anymore. It's just people are actually getting their hands on them.
Yep.
Right.
I'm seeing all over Twitter. Plus, I'm part of the kind of funny Facebook group, and like there's people posting in there all the time. They're getting their hands on PS5s. So
that's great.
There's still a shortage though, right?
Yeah.
So Sony's decided that they are going to continue making PS4s until the end of 2022. Which I think this is an advantageous, smart move on their part because of the system that they're doing, like we talked about, where you can upgrade the PS4 copy to a PS5 copy.
There's no loss
anytime you want. So there's no loss there. And with Horizon is going to be on both systems.
Yep.
God of War Ragnarok's going to be on both systems. As
Elden
of right
Ring.
now, I haven't heard if Gran Turismo is going to be PS5 only.
I have a feeling it would be only.
Yeah.
I feel like it is.
Let's see.
Especially with how that game is probably going to run.
Yeah. But I mean, like
all the processing power it's going to take, because like they always have their games.
Nope, they're putting on 4.
Wow.
Oh,
that's a shocker. That's actually a shocker. That's actually a shocker.
PS4 version.
I wouldn't have called that.
So your next 3 big games
are going with PS4 as well.
Are going PS4.
Yeah.
Elden Ring. So there's 5. Yeah. There's 4 big titles that are launching in the next 6 months that are all PS4 on there. So I think it's a smart move, because with how they've got it set up now, it's advantageous because all these games are coming out. We know especially the first party studio games, they are bangers. Every single time.
And also it low key is it really is a good move. I agree, because one, like you said, Matt, there's no loss for the upgrade.
Yeah.
So if they do decide, like if they don't want to wait for a PS5, I'll get a PS4. I can still play all these new games, but eventually they're going to upgrade and get a PS5.
And they'll still be able to play those PS4 games on the PS5.
Right. So like, I think now there's no loss, but also they're kind of getting everyone to spend more money, because eventually they're going to.
It might be that they're competing, but it might be they're competing with Xbox, since they're able to turn out more S's now.
Yeah, but I mean, the S's are like,
so it's almost like S's is pretty close to being a PS4, right? Exactly, because it's equivalent to like having PlayStation's PS4,
and
for the most part.
There's still a lot of problems that I've been hearing about, people trying to get S's and X's, still getting scammed.
Oh yeah,
like heavily.
Yeah.
Like
that's just
more on
ingrained.
the Xbox side.
That's just ingrained in how they're calling the Xbox stuff. But I mean, like their last console is just as powerful as their is just as powerful as their cheap new console. And it's just at that point, it's just like, hey, like, what do you shell out for the Xbox One that's just literally out of its cycle? Do you get the Xbox?
Well, you can't get a brand new Xbox One, so if you're going brand new, you have to go S or X.
Yep, you have to go S or X, and then you're getting that same console, just with a different name.
So look at this though, look how good graphically those end of life cycle PS4 games were looking.
Right.
Last of Us Part 2. Let's talk about Last of Us Part 2. Think about how gorgeous that game was.
Mm-hmm. Being on PS4 end of life.
Being on PS4, even PS4 Pro, right? And I think that's the advantageous benefit to PlayStation is that when you get to the end of their life cycles, those games are looking so clean.
They know exactly how to do it.
And
what they're doing.
I think we're gonna get amazing upgrades, right? For Horizon, God of War, Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, right? They are going to work and get the benefit out of the PS5s, right? But they are going to look probably just as good on PS4.
Yeah. And I think it was also announced, like one of the last PlayStation experiences or something like that was when they were talking about the PS4's life cycle, that they really didn't know how far they could take it when they first were putting out games. Like when they said Killzone, they really focused on the like graphics, story, like experience. But they even said like they could have taken it farther and it could have been a longer game. But
man,
that's why like but I also agree. Like look at the end of PS4's life cycle. Yeah, they stretched everything they utilized all of that disk, all of that code to make it look that beautiful. And like now, I think studios are starting to feel like no, like we can take it this far because they know what they can do from PS4. A lot of people are talking about Elden Ring, how like on the PS5, it looks amazing. And Horizon is going to make waves because
the DualSense alone.
Not even that, but like a lot of people were talking about the graphics underwater, seeing every individual like algae, like
even her strands of hair.
Yeah. So I think we're going to start getting those quality of games of the end cycle for the PS5 earlier now.
I think 2023 is like I'm
going to be a
probably
big year.
Q1 and Q2 is where we see officially. Yes, we got Ratchet and Clank. We have Astro's.
I don't think it was pushed to
now.
Even Miles. I don't think it was pushed to the
Miles is coming out on PS4 as well. So that's another game, that we got. So I think honestly, Q1 and Q2 of next year is probably where we see the bangers,
like the heavy hitters
for PS5 are really arriving. But because it uses a similar chipset for PS4, they may just decide to say, hey, we're going to put it out on PS4 for you guys and just let them just go.
That's totally fine.
And honestly, if that's
everyone
the case,
should play.
Everybody wins. Everybody can play. And then you don't run into a situation like Series S right now, where you're being forced to upgrade your games. You can just upgrade them as you want to.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all righty. Speaking of games, let's see. Who do we want to start with?
J-Bone. Have you been playing?
Jason. Quarantine boy. Bubble boy.
Yeah, Bubble boy.
I'm halfway, I assume, done with Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice, dude. There you go.
I assume. The only reason why I say that is because when I click on to see where it's at, it's 53% complete on the campaign. So
but you're looking at an empty map because you got everything done.
Oh hell yeah!
I love it.
I took a break from squirreling just because I was like, you know what? I'm done with the squirreling, and it's just like,
let's get to the story.
No. The story is great, but I'm just saying, like, there's still so many things that are still locked. I'm like, man, you know what? Like the pigeons.
But you have to go through the story.
Yeah, you have to go through the story, and I'm like, like the pigeons. I got all the pigeons like in like.
Oh yeah, I did that first as well because that was kind of annoying.
And I was like, dude, like, and I was like, literally 5 meters from it. I'm like, why can't I grab this stupid pigeon? But
that's so funny.
Yeah, 53% right now on
cool.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know.
Enjoy every minute of it though, dude, because it's such a good game. It really is.
It's pretty good.
Now, are you because it's Marvel? Like
no.
Okay, because that should be separate.
I feel that like some of the story, it's too predictable So
I agree.
It threw me a little bit, and I'm like as soon as
the problem, the reason why I agree is because I read a lot of the comics when I was younger, so I kind of had an idea of where they were going.
Yeah,
but
I mean, as soon as it felt so racist a little bit, but as soon as Martin Lee came into the picture and then they had the masks, I was like, dude, this guy's gonna definitely be the culprit over here. And sure enough,
bad.
Sure enough, like about 10 minutes later into the story, he's the one that's coming out like right there, like, oh yeah, wow, what a surprise. What a shock. That's funny. All these guys speaking in Japanese and Chinese, and it's just like, come on, guys, like really. But other than that, just been playing that, been working, been going all over the place. Came back, was able to retest, and I came back negative. So
nice,
boy.
That's a good plus.
Good, bro. Good. You're feeling better though?
Oh yeah, been feeling better. Been feeling fine since last week.
Was it the Omicron variant?
It did not.
Or
say,
Delta.
Did not say.
Oh, I thought the tests are supposed to tell you which variant you have.
Oh yeah, no. Like when I looked at it, it just said coronavirus, and I forget what exactly.
Damn.
I can look it up real quick, but yeah, it just said positive, and I was like, oh dang. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy how, especially with the Omicron, how contagious it is. We had 2 tests positive for my team.
Oh, I was showing.
Oh no way!
Jerry, I was showing Jerry and Matt last week, Theo, and I'll show you after this.
Okay.
Our bulletin board.
Oh geez. Yeah. My manager tested positive after coming back from Hawaii, but it was poor time.
That's funny because Hawaii's got some strict guidelines for entry in Hawaii.
But it's like horrible timing, especially and partially on his part, in my opinion, was that he scheduled our newest employee to start the day that he came back from vacation on January 4th.
And now he got corona and now he's quarantined.
Then he was quarantined. You're like, I definitely, but he really wanted everybody to be in the office for the new employee.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
So it ended up being, and because of the fires in Colorado, another teammate had smoke damage on their house, so they didn't come in. So it was me and one other and the new employee that went in the office because it was his new day and he didn't have anything in order to work remote. And top of that timing, all of his stuff got back ordered in order to start. And even on top of that, our spare was locked in my manager's office and couldn't find the keys. So I ended up needing to pry open his filing cabinet with a screwdriver in order to get him a computer.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I felt so janky for just like, all right, I'm just going to take this screwdriver and just crank it.
The slow clap.
That's funny. That's really funny.
So yeah, but like a lot of corona is going on, and he's still trying to push for going in the office, but I don't feel comfortable going into the office.
Oh wow.
Theo, what have you been playing right now, Theo?
I have not really been playing. I played a little bit of Destiny. I got really close to soloing the new dungeon, but that didn't work out on the final boss, so I just LFG'd it, and so I could get the Galahorn. Nice. Just so I could get the Galahorn and get that done. That's all I care about, having that rocket launcher.
Right, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, all right, peace. You're good. Awesome. See you later. I have the checkpoint. You don't have to go through the whole thing. You're good.
What up, bro? Like, that's awesome, dude. I love that. That's a good move.
Otherwise, actually, I've been trying to work out some stuff with archery. I'm not doing so hot with archery.
Really?
It's kind of worrying me because season's going to be gearing up pretty soon.
Just get out the way.
Do you feel like it's just like a slump right now, or it's like
it's the same slump that started with that tournament out in Virginia.
Okay.
It's a recurring slump, and it's really hard to work through, and I haven't quite fully worked through it yet each season. So like, it's a little worrisome because I definitely told myself this was the year to go all out for all the national tournaments and just really go hard. So I just gotta work through it.
Yeah, you're gonna do it, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta zen out, just breathe, and just like, okay.
Yeah. Take a breather for a second, Take a breather for a sec. Come back to it.
Never hurts to take a thought for yourself, like, okay, like I'll figure this out.
Yeah, it's definitely mental that's been everything. It's been mental because like coach has been working with me, and like my form looks incredibly improved compared 2 years ago, but I just can't seem to get the mental piece onto it.
You'll get there, dude.
Thanks, man.
Sometimes you just got to take a step back and just take a breather and just kind of relook at like how you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I say since Nick Cage took the spotlight earlier, Matt, what you been playing, my man?
Why are we putting it on me? We should punish Nick Cage.
Punish Nick Cage?
Yeah. Make Jerry go next.
Oh, you want me to go next?
Yeah, you go next.
All right. I have no problem going next because, ladies and gentlemen, I got
you finished FS7. You finished FF7.
No way.
News, baby.
No.
Say it.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
God damn it.
Done.
Hold on.
Damn
Kina. Done.
Oh,
Grand
boy.
Theft Auto 3. Done.
For nth number of times?
That's right. Final Fantasy 7.
No, shut up.
Lies.
Shut up.
Lies,
what a liar.
Sir.
Oh, you're
what a liar.
Ate it.
I'm gonna log on a PlayStation.
Hold on.
Right after this.
I'm already
ahead and do it.
I'm already ahead of you.
Check that.
Are you checking his trophies?
Check that trophy list.
Done, baby. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Please.
I
invite you.
I would imagine you didn't quite platinum because you still have to go through hard mode in order to platinum, right?
Platinum. I don't even care.
I did not platinum.
You have,
no,
okay.
It's not platinum.
You do get a trophy for completing the game.
Yeah. Just like any of them.
Just like a lot of games, yeah.
I finished the game.
Let's see if it'll let me see that his trophies.
No, this is we are not leaving until
this is proven.
Okay, no, he has 51% of the trophies.
Dang.
Okay. But
boy,
they have the trophy that we're looking for.
the
right
trophy, the finish of the game trophy.
Oh, it's there.
On January 9th, 2022, at 4:42 in the afternoon.
Booyah!
One, Gerard Barrera did in fact emerge from the chaos.
Oh my God.
As a quick segue, really quick. I feel like Matt has a future in ASMR right now with him just like caressing the mic.
That is pretty good.
It's pretty good ASMR right now.
And at 10:20 that night, he completed Destiny's Crossroads, which is chapter 18.
Woo! That boy.
Done.
We're proud of you. We're proud of you.
That's right, all you jabronis, that you naysayers out there. I don't think there were any, but still.
Did you finish all those in the week? You finished all those in a week? Dang, dude, attaboy.
Actually, Kina and Final Fantasy were on Saturday.
Oh shit!
The moment I finished Kina, I'm like, dude, I'm still on a roll. Like, let's.
And this is what we were trying to tell him all this time.
I finally just got into it. Yeah,
like literally, you just had to turn it on, play it for like 10 minutes, and you would have been done.
Yeah. He was great. It was like, oh man, I remember this. Like, oh damn, oh I'm already here. Like, oh cool. Like, I think I'm almost done. Boom.
So
nice.
Thank
you,
me.
Man.
Yes,
sir. I'm rain on his parade.
Oh yeah.
I have clinched the division.
Damn.
the NL West.
But good for you. Good for you.
By knocking out the Dodgers' chances of taking the division at home.
Yeah.
Not one.
That does hurt.
Not two. But I swept them in my final series at Coors Field against the Dodgers.
Nice.
And the game I clinched it.
Yeah, it was a bad
was
ending.
a 6-2.
Ooh.
How'd you get those runs though, bro?
That's what matters is runs. It's runs.
But how we got them?
Hold on.
How we got them?
So
it's what counts.
Hold on. So no. So
listen to how he got these runs, baby.
Going into the first game at Coors, it was against Clayton Kershaw.
Okay.
They got a quick run on
a good pitcher. Yeah. One of our
all
best
the way
pitchers.
to the end. So their magic number was 4, which means any combination of Rockies wins and Dodger losses knocks that number down. So for me, if I won and the Dodgers lost, it automatically drops their chances down to 2 for the magic number.
Yeah.
So they left Kershaw in the 9th. I have 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and I dropped a solo bomb into the bullpen.
That ain't even the rest of it, though, dude.
So they brought in the relief pitcher.
Okay.
Too late.
Hey, buddy.
Too late.
And first pitch was a hanging curveball, and I tattooed it for the out of field scoreboard.
Damn.
So that did that game. Then the next game, I was tied up 2-2 going into the 6th inning, and dropped 2 home runs and manufactured 2 other runs, and just
damn.
Said sayonara.
Yeah, that hurts.
So,
but
yep.
Good
so,
job.
Yeah, so there's that. I am about 20% of the way through Uncharted 2 now.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, look, we got a crash a game night here.
Oh,
hey,
hey, little code dog.
So,
what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, so I'm 20% of the way through Uncharted 2.
Nice.
Did you already finish Uncharted 1?
I finished Uncharted 1, and I got another 2 trophies off of it. One was for finding more treasures.
Oh, there you go.
You know, I wasn't even trying, I was just going through. Of course, I've been playing some Animal Crossing, working on my resort island.
Good boy.
With the new hoodie.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been pretty much just Uncharted and MLB The Show. This is what I deal with. But mostly I want to get through Uncharted, just get through Uncharted 2 and 3, because here in a week and a half, Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy for PS5 come out.
Upgrade version,
Yep, and I plan to go through those, and then quickly pivot into another run on Horizon.
Yep.
To get ready for Horizon 2. So yeah.
Nice.
Pretty much been it.
I might actually start my run of Horizon in the beginning of February as well.
Yep, that's my target.
Yeah, because I after finishing Final Fantasy VII, that's right.
Oh my God!
Where's Newman when we need him?
I feel like he thinks he's deserving of a trophy right now, like a physical trophy.
I wanted him here so bad, even though I know for sure he would have had some sort of comeback, but still, I would have had my moment.
Yeah. Just wait for the comment section; it'll be there.
It'll be there. But that's why I had Matt check. You gotta check that trophy list.
Check it. We gotta check it.
We gotta do our due diligence, because we've been saying for how long?
I know,
right?
Yeah. And it's finally done. But after Final Fantasy, I immediately started Village, because I've watched so much gameplay on it. I can totally finish that game soon.
Yeah.
So
nice. It's not that long.
Yeah, and it's not that long either. But I want to finish Horizon before number 2, and I finally put some money back on it on the pre-order. I owe I think $50 now, so I feel good. I'm not gonna.
So with that,
yeah,
I want to thank everybody who joined us live on Twitch tonight for this episode,
including our little guest.
Yeah,
including this guy crashing too. As always, guys, it is very, very much appreciated. We do this for you guys too. Hopefully bringing some laughter to your day today. The first time checking us out, thank you. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, please make sure to hit that follow button on Twitch, hit that subscribe button. Also head on over to crashinggamenight.com. Check out all our past episodes. We got a ton on there. We got some good guests we're working on already for the next couple of weeks. We can't say anything about it just yet because I need to get their just get the date. But it's a couple of good surprises that we're working on. So
nice.
As always, guys, just be excellent to each other. Stay frosty.
That's right, baby. That's right, little code dog. Help me announce to everyone in the stereo here in the pod sphere that we would like everyone to show their support once more. Still continue showing your support for the Black Lives Matter movement. Stop the Asian hate. And please show your support for the LGBTQ plus community. You know, it's still rough out there. So let's just continue trying to shell out more kindness, more compassion, and you know, lend a helping hand if needed, and if you have consent, of course. Just please, just be mindful, and let's try and give some more kindness out there. Thank you, guys, and yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But definitely thank you to all of you out there listening to us. Thank you so much. Thank you to all you frontline workers that are out there right now going through phase 4, phase 5-esque of the COVID-19 that's going around. You know, I know there's Omicron that's highly contagious, as well as that new strain, IHU. I like saying the individual letters because I acronym it as I hate you. But it's yeah, you guys are putting up a fight again. It hasn't ended, and big thank you to you guys out there. Definitely for all you food service, retail workers, teachers that are out there, pretty much everybody. Thank you for going in during all this time. I myself, a retail worker, I did catch COVID, so I know straightforward that, yeah, like it is still out there. Please get vaccinated. It probably would have been way worse if I wasn't, but luckily it wasn't. And you know, if you have the chance to get boosted, get boosted. Yeah, take care of each other out there. Be kind, rewind. You know, just stay safe still. You know, mask up. We're still, it's even more contagious, so please, it's even more important to get masks, just for an extra layer of defense. But yeah, stay safe out there, guys.
Let's have the official send off.
Hey,
Theo, because we had it in a little while.
To all of you out there, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Till next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Night, everybody.
Final Fantasy VII done. Yeah.
Way to squeeze it.